What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back once again, and we are going to be talking about some more TV. Now, today we are going to be talking about the very first two episodes of Crisis on Infinite Earths, the DC crossover event that we have going on right now on CW. If you guys are not already watching it, if you guys are not already watching any of the CW's shows, I do recommend some because this is the first episode contained Supergirl. Now we got Batwoman. The next one I believe will be Flash, Arrow, and then however else they want to do this. Now, obviously, if you guys have not watched anything with Supergirl or Batwoman, I do recommend you guys go watch it. It is not a whole lot have to do with the story that are in this. I'm going to try not to go fully into it for everything that's going on with the story, but there's some of the story that does go into this. Now, there is major spoilers that's going to be in this, so I'm warning you guys right now, so you guys have a little bit of time to go ahead and watch it. But other than that, further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Guys, this event is something I'm just going to be blunt in a lot of this, so hopefully you guys will be able to keep with me on this. I'm going to try not to jump a whole lot. But it does start with the Marauder narrating about all the multiverses. We get to see the Titans. In one of the verses, you get to see you get to see Earth X, you get to see Earth 1. I'm not going to name all the Earths, but you get the gist. You get to see all the different Earths that we've seen, and of course, we get to see where Lila, who is now Harbinger, tries to gather everybody onto Kara's Earth, basically saying that that is where it's going to hit, and this for the Crisis to start with it, deleting all the Earths as well as all life forms. It starts on Kara's so-called new world where Clark and Lois are, where they just had their baby, and as soon as it happens, she tries to warn them because it's happening all over across the universes, and as soon as that happens, they have time to put him in a pod. Pretty much do the same thing they did with Superman since the beginning of time, and of course he goes into different wormholes, and somehow or other they were able to save them. Lila was able to save them and bring them all onto Kara's Earth, along with Batwoman, Green Arrow, Mia, as well as Flash, and among others. So now they're pretty much saying, okay, well, where's all the others? She's saying that Barry and the Legends are on recon, doing whatever, and at the same time, they're saying that they have to stop this crisis from happening. But at the same time, Oliver does state that we need a bigger team, and of course, Clark says, I need to find my son. But we get to see where Lois, as well as Sarah, and we also get to see Brainy, they go and do find their son, which is on another timeline of 2046, which we got to see in Legends, and apparently Oliver is still older, but not old Green Arrow like we got to see in Legends. And we also get to see a bunch of different things on here, which was crazy. We get to see, of course, Oliver give Mia her own Green Arrow suit. He does tell her that there always needs to be a Green Arrow, no matter what. So, pretty much throughout the entire one, they give these towers, which is basically supposed to help control from the mass coming in and killing everybody, and basically what the plan is to get everybody off the planet is to get them off onto portal ships from the alien ships that are on there from the aliens that came to Earth, as well as Brainy's ship that they use to come back from the future, as well as John's ship and everyone else's. So there are a lot of things, and of course we get to see a little bit in Supergirl whether the issue is with Lena Luthor, where she's saying that even though there is problems, she's still going to help, which she does. And of course they come across a new enemy, which looks to me at least to be like either some kind of spirit or Reapers. Don't know exactly what they are, but they start fighting them. And this is what gets me here, guys. This so-called armies of armies who is trying to basically destroy the multiverses, which is the anti-Marauder, which I'm going to get to here in a minute. We also get to see where this is going to really be really crazy here, guys, because there goes into a lot of everybody's coming together, as well as also, which really got me, is we get to see the unfortunate already death of Oliver Queen, where they're trying to evacuate as many people as possible, and the Marauder comes and says that everybody needs to go, and he starts basically teleporting them to another Earth, and then teleporting them on Earth 1, basically. And then we also see where Oliver says in the trailer, like he did, there's not enough time, and as soon as that happens, he basically is trying, I guess, to get Oliver to come back, and then Oliver does what Oliver normally does. He shoots him with an arrow, and he starts shooting with all the other arrows, and as soon as that happens, he basically gives the ultimate sacrifice, which basically gives him himself up. Then he transports back to the bunker of the arrow cave, or the bunker, whichever you prefer, and this is what the monitor says: this is not his death, this is not what I foresaw, and of course, he gives his dying breath to basically protect his friends and his family. And of course, unfortunately, he dies. Sarah, Ray, between Batwoman, between Supergirl, as well as Barry, they even find out that he made this deal. And of course, Barry gets upset because he's like, okay, you told me I die, so why are you telling me that Oliver is going to die? And he basically told him that this is basically, to save y'all from this, from last year's event, but this is different. And then we get to see where the other version of Wells shows up, and for whatever reason, he is there, and he either is now godly like Lila is, and I'm going to get into those things here in a quick second, but he basically says that it doesn't matter, I'm someone else paying for my sins, as well as also that everything we know is now doomed. So this is what gets me here, guys. He basically tells the Monitor that everything is doomed, as well as everybody else is like, what are we gonna do? And then this is what really made me angry is, okay, he says this is not what he foresaw, but he did say that he was gonna die. Okay, what the hell was the point of him saying like, oh, he was gonna die when you can just flash him just like you did with everybody else, but yet he was still able to bring him back to the Earth once he was severely injured? That is what made me angry. It's like, you can still do it, but you didn't do it, and then also you've been lying the entire time. And if anybody knows anything I've been saying about the Monitor from day one, I don't trust the Monitor because he's been playing mind games and head games with everybody, and obviously he brainwashed Lila to do what he wanted, and same thing with now Wells. And it's like, I don't trust him. I think that he is ultimately playing mind games with everyone. I do believe that he is a villain, and we also get to see more of that in episode 2, because we get to see in episode 2, which was a little bit better in my opinion, because we do get to see where Barry is severely angry at the Monitor, and he says that we lost the hero too early. He says, yeah, not one we should have lost. And we get to see where they have to travel to another Earth, which is a different part of the Legends, where Rory is using the Wave Rider, and they have to find all the other Supermans, as well as all the other ones that are now Paragons, who is supposed to help with this crisis, which Sarah is one of them. Supergirl is, as well as also it was Supergirl and Sarah, and there was apparently 2 more that they were supposed to find, and one was supposedly another Superman, and it supposedly was someone that was a hero. So obviously they thought, okay, let's go find the other Superman. And we did get to see a version of Superman come back. Tom Welling reprised his role as Superman, and it was not unfortunate. Like, I liked it, but I did not like it because he apparently lost his powers to become a father. We got to see the Lois Lane from Smallville return, and of course we have Lex Luthor come back from Supergirl. And I'm sorry, guys, I cannot take John very seriously as Lex Luthor. Every time I see him, I think of Bat Allen from 2.5 Men, and the Monitor says, oh, he has a role to play. Well, he steals the book from last year's event, and he goes to try to kill every single Superman. And I'm going, okay, what is the point of this? Oh, he has part to play. Yeah, he's part of being annoying. As well as also, he says that, oh, he led them to the other Superman, which basically is the one that lost everything, which we get to see Brandon Booth reprise his role as Superman, which was absolutely incredible. That was cool to see. But we also get to see where his world, which they kept it to the comics, was also where Joker came and killed everybody from Jimmy to Lois in his world. And then also we can see Tyler Hoechlin versus Brandon in Superman form, and of course Lex Luthor put him under his mind control just so that way he could try to kill everybody. So that pretty much was that with Superman, but they evidently bring him back, and they of course arrest Lex, which was something that was said in there. Kara basically states, okay, you can bring Lex Luthor back, but you can't bring back Oliver, which I'm fully behind, because obviously, why can't you bring back Oliver, but you can bring back someone else that has no right to even be alive whatsoever? And that evidently, as a Arrow fan, really does piss me off, because obviously the show is ending, but I would hope they would end it on a high note, not like this. And also at the same time, we get to see where Kara, as well as Kate go to another Gotham, get to meet Luke Fox as well as Bruce Wayne, Kevin Conroy, which was amazing seeing him as Batman. But we ultimately learned that his Kate died, as well as he also did turn. He's in a body cast, which unfortunately does get revealed that he killed every single person that stepped up to him, which again we get to see in the comics as well. So they did keep it to a comics at a certain point. I was just like, man, they did good, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you're bringing back these iconic actors who has done amazingly in the DC, but at the same time, you're only doing it mediocre. You're not doing it where fans would want to. And so many people wanted the original Lex Luthor for Smallville, and like they do mention him, he says, "Oh, well, I didn't know the president was in town," and he didn't recognize that version of Lex Luthor. And he says, "Well, don't you recognize me, Clark? We're always mortal enemies." So obviously, he did not kill him because, of course, he was human, and he's like, "I'm still stronger." So we get to see that a little between Lex Luthor as well as Clark Kent, and then of course we also get to see more from Batwoman as well as Carr, learning about more about Bruce Wayne, about him. He killed Superman in that world. He killed Joker. He killed Penguin. He killed Mr. Freeze. Because you get to see different things that resembled them, which we got to see in other comics, which was absolutely amazing to see as well. But at the same time, he wanted to kill Supergirl because he basically said that there's no reason for my world to survive or anyone, because it's basically there's nothing left. There's no courage left. And she says there's still good in you. So basically, he hits Carr because Carr does reveal that he killed Superman, and Kate says, "I'm not going to become like you. I'm not going to do all the things that I said I was going to do, and I'm not going to break that code." And Bruce does die, and he tells her to stop. But then it does get revealed that she is the other Paragon, and so is the other Superman that Brandon Ruth is playing as. So we get to see them. So now there is 4, and I had a problem with that because I'm like, okay, why can't the Monitor be truthful? Because he is obviously lying, because he said, "Oh, well, he led Lex Luthor, led you to the other one." That is obviously bullshit, and I'm gonna call it on bullshit because. And same thing with Kate. He could have told them, okay, and he could have told Kate, okay, well, you're the one for this, as well as you're, this Superman that is on this Earth. He's so powerful, but yet he states he's losing power because of losing other worlds, and he also saved the book to try to help everybody else to see where all the other books is, and that's how come Lex gets it. So. And then we also get to hear of Felicity, somehow she gained the power of wisdom book. So obviously this helped bring everybody to find everybody, which again doesn't make no sense on how the Monitor is yet so powerful can find everybody, but yet he can't find where the Superman is that they need, or to tell Kate, "Oh, hey, you're this Paragon." And then also on a side note, we get to see where Mia, Sarah, Barry, as well as they enlist Constantine to help bring Oliver back on another Lazarus pit, which was crazy because all the other Lazarus pits on that Earth, of course, is destroyed, and Constantine does a spell so he could find one of the, basically he says, needle in a haystack in the universe, because all of them are depleting so quickly. And they find one, they go there, it's in North Dakota. Of course, they come across a version of Jonah Hex who tries to stop them. Between Mia and Sarah, they knock him out. And of course, they put Oliver in there. They're waiting. He comes out, he does the same thing what we all see from the Lazarus pit, and Sarah's able to trank him, and of course Constantine's there to bring him back his soul, but for some reason his mojo's gone. So I'd like to know that. Where is his mojo? Why can he not use his actual mojo to bring, as he says it, bring Oliver back? There should be no reason why he is unable to do his magic to bring Oliver back. That got me as well. So there's a lot within this crossover here, guys, that I'm having a very hard time with. A lot of this, I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, that's cool seeing Tom Holland back. That's great seeing Kevin Conroy in an actual live Batman role, as well as seeing all these other characters come by. And at the same time, we get to see, all this. And at the same time, we're going to be seeing Black Lightning come in soon. We're going to be seeing the rest of everybody come in. But my thing is, okay, if a good amount survived on Kara's Earth, okay, Did her sister survive? Did Martian Manhunter survive? You know, it was not brought up. It was basically stated, okay, this amount survived thanks to everybody, including Oliver, but at the same time, it was not brought up to who really survived, which I don't know if they're going to bring that later on, but I would assume that in Kara's defense, they would have written, well, I heard from Alex, or I heard from Brainy, or I heard from John that they're okay, you know, something of that nature. And same thing where they're bringing Iris in, which I honestly did not see a reason why they need to bring Iris into this other than to support Barry as a wife and as a friend because of him losing Oliver, which Oliver is one of his best friends and actually like a brother to him. So that is the main reason I would think they would bring Iris on there. But why would they want to have her help Lois as well as Clark find his other self for a Paragon? That made absolutely no sense, because obviously the Monitor is playing again mind games, and we get to see where Lila's having issues with, I guess, seeing things, controlling things, and somehow or other she gets transported to the Anti-Monitor at the very last minute of this episode 2. So episode 3 is going to be coming tomorrow night, which I am recording this on Monday night, so it'll be coming on Tuesday. And the way they're doing this as well, I do not agree with, that the crossover event should have 2 for Supergirl as well as Batwoman, and then they should have had it for Legends like they said for tonight, and then tomorrow they should have ended it with Flash and Arrow. But obviously they're not doing this. There's tons of things I do not agree with that the way they're writing this right now, aside from killing Oliver Queen early. They did say there was going to be 3 Superman, so obviously I do not know if they already did that. Tom Welling, I'm not sure if they consider that Superman. That was very much of a letdown. We got to see Brandon return as Superman. We got to see Tyler Hoechlin, of course, as Superman. We got to see 2 Lois Lanes. We got to see Kevin Conroy's Batman. We got to see the Titans for a short minute. We got to see, of course, Lex Luthor return. We got to see Batwoman finally meet the team. We're going to be seeing Black Lightning meet the team. So obviously I'm hoping there's a reason why they're bringing Black Lightning into this, obviously, other than just more support for backup. And obviously there's another thing that really gets me is, why can't they bring everybody all at once if supposedly they need all these people? Again, if the Monitor is so powerful and knows about all these heroes across all the multiverses and all these other timelines, why can't he just start telling Lila as well as Wells to go, okay, hey, go grab this person, go grab this person, go grab this person, go grab this person. Make sure this person's here on all these people other than just the main 7 that they need. Again, guys, there's so much about this that they're leaving holes into that obviously fans are going to have issues with. They may not. I'm obviously one of those that having a fan. Some of you may agree with me, some of you may not agree with me, but I'm one of them. I'm sorry, I'm going to call bullshit as I see it on this, and I am having issues with this right now because obviously I thought this was going to be a great event, and I stated I did not want this to fail. But I'm not going to be, again, one of those ones that's going to be, oh my god, this is so cool, whatever. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, there was a lot of cool scenes in tonight's episode as well as last night's episode, but there's also issues no matter how you slice it. So obviously they need to go further, and also ratings was not that good for the very first episode for the crossover event. So obviously episodes 3 through 5 should be better. Let's pray so, but I'm going to give you guys more about it when I return. So hopefully I'll either give you guys another episode review depending on how this does, as well as the whole crossover as a whole. But obviously right now I'm dissatisfied, so let me know what you guys think about it. You guys seen the crossover event? You guys satisfied with it? You dissatisfied? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hope you guys are enjoying the crossover event. Hope you guys are enjoying the CW shows. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I really like to know about it. If you guys are also new to the channel, consider about subscribing. As always, thanks down in the description. Again, this is going on the podcast. This is going on everything. Gamster World's alive and thriving right now, so let's keep it going. Let's keep this going as fans. Let's talk this about as DC fans. Let's talk about it as a family. Let's talk about it as fans in general. And also, again, if we're satisfied, dissatisfied with the crossover event. So I hope you guys are having a good night, good day, wherever you are in the world. And I'll be seeing you guys on the very next review.